Have you ever seen garlic turn blue? Hi everyone, my name is Esther Picasso, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how to properly cook chicken piccata. Let me tell you about the first time I tried to make this dish. I had seen my mom cook this dish over 100 times, and I wanted to try cooking it on Valentine's Day. I was midway through the recipe and I made a mistake. I really should have been paying more attention to the specifics of the recipe, and I incorrectly added my garlic to my lemon sauce before I allowed the acid that's in that lemon sauce to cook off a bit, and my garlic turned blue. Now, garlic is typically white. It can turn blue or green when it's exposed to an acidic environment. It is still safe to eat. And tonight, I'm going to show you how to properly cook chicken piccata. And cooking chicken piccata is very easy. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now, in March of 2022, Kimberly Killebrew of the Darling Gourmet writes, piccata originated in Italy, where it is traditionally made with veal. Here in the United States, chicken has replaced veal as the more popular choice. Thank goodness. The delicateness of the chicken lends itself perfectly to the piccata, but you can also make it with pork or stay true to the Italian tradition and use veal. First, I'm going to show you the kitchen tools and ingredients needed to cook our meal. Then I will show you the proper way to prepare to cook your chicken piccata. And lastly, I'm going to show you how to cook and serve your chicken piccata, which should look a little bit like this. Let's get cooking. All right, let's start with reviewing your kitchen tools and ingredients. First, you're gonna need a big pot for your water. You're going to need a colander to strain your pasta, a large pan, preferably cast iron, a kitchen knife, tongs, a whisk, spoon, gloves, measuring cup, meat thermometer. Those are our kitchen tools. And for our ingredients, we're gonna need 1.5 pounds of thin sliced chicken breast. We're gonna need 1 box of linguine, 2 tablespoons of capers, 3 lemons, 1 sliced and 2 juiced, 4 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of garlic salt, 4 tablespoons of regular salt, and 4 tablespoons of lemon pepper, and lastly, chicken stock, about 4 cups. So now that we've got our kitchen tools and ingredients, we're gonna start with prepping all the ingredients and tools that we need for this dish. We're going to start with a pot of cold water on our stove. We're gonna turn that to a medium high, okay? And then we're gonna add salt, lots of salt. And we're gonna leave this to heat up. I'm going to now combine all my dry ingredients together. Lots and lots. We know we like our spices. Garlic powder and our salt. Lots of salt. And the reason that we mix all these together is because this is actually going to be used later to kind of thicken up the chicken piccata sauce. It's actually, that way we don't really have to add much when I'm actually making that sauce, because there's lots and lots of spices in here. And I'm gonna set aside just a bit of this, about 2/3 of a cup for that later. Okay, we'll leave that there. All right, leave this for just a moment. We're gonna come over back and we're gonna set our large pan on a low medium heat. We're gonna add our olive oil and just kind of let that heat up for a little bit at that low temperature. Back to our station here. we're going to now coat our chicken, remove it from the package, and we are going to coat very, very thickly on each side. Make sure that this gets all this really good spice and flour. It's really the best part about this. And this is originally my mom's recipe. So she's the one who taught me all this. Make sure these are nice and coated. On each side. There we go. Now, some people really don't like their chicken quite as thin. Some people like it a little bit thicker. I usually like mine pretty thin sliced, but the thicker ones are also pretty good. You know, the whole idea with this is that if you keep it at a low heat when you're frying them, the chicken becomes a lot more tender, it's a lot juicier, and that way it's not quite as dry and crispy. Once these are all done, your prep work is done and you're ready to start cooking. I am now going to show you how to start properly cooking your chicken piccata. So in the large pan, you're going to go ahead and add your chicken. And what you're looking for these is about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. And you are wanting the internal temperature of this to hit about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is gonna happen pretty quickly. And we wanna, like I was saying before, make sure not to get too crispy of our chicken. So we wanna not leave that on for too long. And once it's done, we're gonna drop it on a plate with paper towels to catch that excess oil. All right, so we're gonna check to see if our chicken is at 165. It definitely is. And we're gonna go ahead and set this aside on our plate with our paper towels to drain that excess oil. All right, so now we should have our water boiling as such. And we're gonna drop in our 1 box of pasta. Make sure to set your timers so that you have this for the appropriate amount of time, which is about 10 to 11 minutes, depending on how you like your pasta. And you're gonna wanna make sure to stir it so that you don't get any clumpy noodles. So now that we've finished our chicken, we're gonna go ahead and drop our extra flour into our oil. And we're gonna start whisking that. Make sure to get out any clumps. This is what's gonna make it really good. And then we're going to add in our lemon and capers. All right, so we now have our lemon and capers in, and we're going to also add the chicken, which I've already done. And I'm gonna now add our chicken stock. And we're gonna allow that to boil as our pasta finishes cooking. We're gonna drain our pasta. And now we're gonna go ahead and combine our chicken and pasta. So at first, cooking chicken piccata can seem very intimidating, but now that I've shown you these steps, you're gonna notice that anyone can cook chicken piccata. So first, I showed you the kitchen tools and ingredients that you would need to cook your dish. Second, I showed you how to properly prep and prepare to cook your dish. And lastly, I showed you how to cook and how to serve your dish up. And now that I've shown you how to cook chicken piccata, you can go out there and impress your family and friends, because this is a dish best enjoyed with others.